South Carolina head coach Chad Holbrook joins us. The Gamecocks improved to 10-0 on the year with today's 8-1 victory over Clemson. Coach Holbrook, if you'll make an opening statement, and we'll open it up for questions.
Well, it's a big win for us against a really, really good, I think, Clemson team. They're very offensive. There's not a out in their lineup. I looked at their lineup before the game, and I was like, boy, our hands are going to be full. But Clark pitched around some trouble there early in the first inning, and then after that kind of settled in from a command standpoint. He was so wired. He was so jacked up for the game tonight. He was a little bit wild there in the first couple innings, and then after he settled down there, he started commanding his fastball better and his slider, his breaking ball and his off-speed stuff, and then he showed. I think he's a terrific pitcher. But so it's good to get the weekend off to a good start. But we're going to have our hands full all weekend long with a good Clemson team, and Clark doesn't get to pitch every game, so we're going to go with the freshman out there tomorrow in Greenville, and he's got a good arm too, but he's going to have to throw well to keep those guys at bay. I was very impressed with their team from an offensive standpoint. We just kind of got a little momentum going there in the fifth inning, and our crowd was terrific, and our crowd got into the game, and then our players got into the game, and that 5-run fifth inning there kind of gave us some breathing room, and we pitched our way through the end of the game and got us a good win.
Questions?
Chad, can you just kind of talk about the confidence and the vibe that you guys seem to have in the dugout and among the players that maybe you didn't have last year?
Yeah, well, I do have some older guys from Dom to Jonah to Johnny Jones, and there's some other junior college kids, and from a pitching staff standpoint that bring a different makeup as well. And our freshmen, I like their mentality. We started several tonight, and they just have a presence about them. They love to win. They didn't tolerate, even though they were newcomers, they didn't tolerate their teammates not playing hard or not working hard in the weight room or not practicing hard. They've been great leaders, and it's rare, I think, for first-year players in a new program to probably, be as vocal and have that presence that they have. But they set the tone way back in August with their leadership skills, and that doesn't guarantee us that we're going to, have some unbelievable season. But they've been very solid guys, and the makeup of our team, the mentality of our team, has a much different feel than it did a year ago.
That fifth inning, it looked like y'all were going to have the first two outs of the inning. Danny Blair looked like he struck out. How big was the catcher interference call to get him on base and kind of jumpstart that inning? Yeah,
that was obviously big. And then Jonah executed the hit and run. With the first and second, I thought we were a little bit. Uptight to start the game. I didn't feel like we were as free and easy and loose as we've been in the previous 9 games or so, and that's to be expected. With the rivalry and the crowd and the stands, and how important the series is. And I felt like we were uptight. And then after the hit and run, and Jonah got that hit and run down, or it fell in for him. I think our players relaxed after that point, and so hopefully we'll play relaxed and be ourselves the next 2 games. But I think we were a little bit uptight to start.
You alluded to this at the beginning. You talked about this a couple weeks ago. But Clark said that this was as electric of an atmosphere as he's been a part of here at Carolina. How nice was it to see everybody kind of get behind the team in such an electric atmosphere inside? Well,
it was a great crowd, great atmosphere. Friday nights in this park, and we're playing Clemson. It's always great. And our marketing folks did a great job and with the music they played and getting crowd into it. And our players, the biggest thing is our players gave our fans something to cheer about. And, that's a big first inning because things were a little bit shaky there. The first 2 guys, I believe, reached base, and then Clark really bowed his neck there and got us out of that inning. And, after that, he kind of settled down. So wasn't easy as what you sit there and say 8-1 is easy. I didn't feel that way. 'Cause I feel like offensively they can put up 5 or 6 or 7 runs in a hurry. So I never really felt comfortable, but it does, when Clark starts locating his pitches, you get a sense that he's going to be tough to beat, and he did that in the middle innings.
Chad, how far has Alex come as a hitter? Is it just experience or just knowing what he's doing now, or just what's the difference?
Well, he's a little bit confident, more confident, and he's stronger, and his body's in a lot better shape than it was a year ago. And, and the ball fell in for him tonight. He's I kept telling you guys when he was struggling that he's a good hitter, and I guess he got off to a little bit of a slow start, and he was hitting some line drives at him, and, right at people. And everybody was like, what's wrong with Alex? I said, he'll be fine. He'll have a game in where he goes like 8 for 7. And, he almost did that tonight. I mean, it was a terrific performance by him. I think the more and more he gets comfortable playing first base, the more he'll be himself in the batter's box. I think he felt a little bit of pressure. It's a new position for him, and he's learning as he goes there. And, I started feeling that a little bit when I DH'd him a game against Penn State and he had those 2 home runs. There's some stress with playing first base because we ask him to do a lot of things, and he's learning that so much better than he's been. But that might have played a little part in his slow start, was getting used to getting more comfortable over there. But he's done a nice job both offensively and defensively, and he's so strong that if he just swings at pitches in the strike zone, he can have nights like he had tonight.
Just wondering what you thought of Beer in your first up-close look at him at the collegiate level, especially that last swing he had.
Yeah, it was. He's a very, very impressive player. They got a bunch of impressive players, and Beer put a great swing. He had 2 hits tonight, and obviously the home run in the ninth there, well, that's impressive. But I've seen him do a lot of impressive things. It's not the first time I've seen him put a charge in a ball. He's a gifted player, a great prospect. One of the best freshmen in college baseball, no doubt about that. And, he showed why, tonight in the ninth. He's going to have a brilliant career playing baseball.
Chad, what was your feeling on Clark just from a stuff standpoint? He was still, touching 94, 95 there in the middle innings.
I thought he had great stuff, and it was almost too good. I mean, I honestly felt that he was too amped up for the game, and I saw where he was 93, 94, 95 there in the second, third inning. I was like, he's throwing it hard. And sometimes, he's dominated our hitters in scrimmages 90 to 92, and dominated us. We couldn't, and he can get himself in trouble if he's doesn't have the command, and he hit a couple guys, and ball was going all over the place on him, and it'll run on him too, especially arm side. But then he started using that sinker a little bit, and that's a heavy sinker. It's hard to hit a 92-mile-an-hour sinker. And he started locating that pitch, and then his slider and curveball, and he threw a few changeups in there, just got a lot better. And when he gets 4 pitches going for strikes, and he's throwing his fastball to both sides of the plate, with the stuff that he has, he can be tough to handle. And he's so much improved from a year ago, and he's done it all on his own. His work ethic and what he's done in the weight room, and the time and effort that he puts in here on days that he's not pitching has enabled him to make the jump that he has.
Any other questions for Coach Holbrook?
Thank you.